Hi, I'm Dan, trail name Scars. I want to welcome all of the new arrivals to the channel and to express my appreciation to all those who have followed along to date. For those of you who started at the very beginning, you saw episode 1 in which I did my channel announcement. There were some sensitive issues in there which caused me to have to take it down. So I thought this was a good opportunity to return to the discussion about the channel, why I'm through hiking the Appalachian Trail starting in late February. For those who are new, I've made this channel and this effort a tribute to my oncologist, Dr. Edward P. Gelmann, who is currently Deputy Director of Clinical Research at the Herbert Irving Comprehensive Care Center at Columbia University. And it's also a charity fundraising for the Cancer Research Institute, which is one of the most efficient charities in cancer research, dedicated solely to cancer research. And it is focused on funding for immunotherapy for the future of cancer cures. There's no relationship, I just want as a disclaimer, there's no relationship between Dr. Gelmann and the Cancer Research Institute. It's solely my discretion to make the tribute and to separately dedicate all the advertising funding from this channel to the Cancer Research Institute. So first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Ethnically, I'm Scots-Irish and Dutch. For a good portion of my life, I also thought I was part Mohawk Indian, but Ancestry.com seems to disagree with that. But you're going to notice, if you haven't already, that I'm wearing a kilt for this through hike. Part of it is a nod to my own ethnic background. Part of it is a nod to the Scots-Irish community, which populates much of Appalachia. So for personal reasons, that is the reason that I've chosen to wear a kilt. I've also noticed a practical reason. I'm currently living in Istanbul, Turkey, and doing this is the Belgrade Forest that we're walking in, and doing my preparations here. The kilt has drawn a lot of attention and allows me to tell people about this charity effort and about the Appalachian Trail. So for a practical reason, that's also been a great benefit. So for those of you wondering why I'm in a kilt, that's the background. Okay, let me just move you over here. Pardon me for a second. So why was I given the trail name Scars? Well, you might have come to the conclusion that I too have survived a couple of bouts with cancer. You know, it's touched my life, and I'm sure it's touched many of yours, either you yourself or a family member. And I have been given exceptional opportunities in my life. And so I thought that a charity channel would be a way of paying it back and paying it forward. So, regarding my motivation for hiking the Appalachian Trail, I grew up hunting, fishing, a lot of outdoor activities with my father. While I was born on the West Coast, I was raised in Maryland, and the Appalachian Trail, Skyline Drive were part of my childhood. So it has a draw for me in that regard. On a professional note, I have recently retired from more than 3 decades as a senior operations officer and operational manager over at the Central Intelligence Agency. And that afforded me exceptional opportunities to travel the world, to see remarkable things, to literally make and influence history. And it's hard to turn that off, the draw to do something exceptional. So a big part of this, sorry, move you back here. So a big part of this for me is that constant drive, that constant requirement and yearning to do something exceptional. But you'll notice that my channel introduction has me running from a bear, and I'm dragging behind me a little red wagon. That was meant to be a comical look at things. Not actually fearful of bears at all, but the little red wagon represents a lot of issues that we accumulate during our lives. In my own instance, I have had the unfortunate experience of a lot of people that I cared about dying prematurely. Of my 5 closest friends growing up, 3 of them died before they were 25. In my line of work, I saw a lot of colleagues killed, so they stay with us. They've stayed with me. So I would like to internally process that, to see what is valuable to take forward into the rest of my life, and what I should leave behind up on Mount Katahdin. So I'm going to move you back real quick. So those are really the motivators for why I'm looking to thru-hike the Appalachian Trail this year. The community has been fantastic to me over the last several months as I have sought to learn the process of this videography, which is still clearly a work in progress, but also in my preparation, giving me great ideas. My background is really, professional is really like escape and evasion, and my personal interest is sort of bushcraft, neither of which apply here. And all of the hiking experience that I had seems to be very different than the requirements for a through hike. So I'm learning a lot. I've learned a lot. The trail is certainly going to teach me a lot. Hopefully, for those of you who are coming behind me this year, or those of you who are contemplating a through hike in the future, I will be able to provide you some insights from just my perspective. There's a lot of great people, not just this year, but the last several years, providing fantastic information. You literally can't get enough of it, because each person's experience is a little different. Each person's gear is slightly different, how it works out for them, how it fails. It's been invaluable to me, and so I hope to provide content for you, which is invaluable to you. So while my channel, like so many others, was originally meant to be something relatively small for family and friends to sort of follow along, it's grown, and all of you who have subscribed and committed something to me makes me obliged to give you the best that I possibly can, and to provide you with as much information as I can. For those of you who have been around a while, you realize that my professional background makes me sort of analytical. I'm trying to downplay that as I move forward and give you a better experience, maybe a more interesting experience. Sorry, let me just move you over here again. So I just wanted to do this update for those of you who have been around, and for those of you that are new, to give perspective on this channel, myself, why I'm doing this, how I fit into the community. So I really thank you so much for your time, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. The community is just a fantastic group. I appreciate you including me in that. And so with that, I hope that you have a little bit better sense of who I am and what this is for me. Scars out.